JCPS once again is in the square of the focus of Kentucky lawmakers in Frankfort, with one potential goal: breaking up JCPS into smaller districts. They are now moving to create an oversight task force of our school district. It is backed by Louisville Representatives Ken Fleming and Senator Lindsey Tishner from Smithville. WHS 1119's Alex Dieterer is here breaking down the proposed piece of legislature and what it could mean for the big school district. Alex?
Doug, the resolution would be called the Efficient and Effective School Governance Task Force. This resolution would create a task force to review districts with more than 75,000 students. JCPS is the only Kentucky school district to check that box. The biggest takeaway from this resolution, though, is at the proposition that they could break JCPS into different school districts. JCPS is once again in the focus of Kentucky lawmakers who want to make changes.
Not a surprise that it was filed, maybe a surprise over the timing.
Sam Corbett, a former JCPS school board member, points out Republican lawmakers in Frankfort are doing exactly what they've said they'd do this legislative session. A resolution to create an oversight task force for JCPS was filed in both the House and the Senate.
I think people realize how important it is to have the most successful public school system that we can.
While JCPS is not explicitly named in the resolution, it applies to school districts with more than 75,000 students. JCPS with 96,000 is the only district in Kentucky that meets the qualification. The resolution proposes breaking up JCPS to create new school districts.
There's a lot of big challenges, a lot of big issues around JCPS. But in my opinion, breaking up the school system into 2 or 3 districts is not the answer.
Corbett says the idea of breaking up JCPS may seem simple on paper, but 2 main issues jump out to him: how to make it equitable for all 90,000 plus kids and how to divide up the money.
JCPS is funded primarily through property tax and occupational tax. And based upon the different values of properties around the county, one part of the county has higher price values than other parts of the county. So it's clearly going to be a challenge to make sure that the funding and the entire model is equitable.
In response to the resolution, a JCPS spokesperson shared this statement with WHAS 11. Quote, "We are fine with an objective, unbiased study of JCPS and how we might better serve students. We have been repeatedly studied, audited, and evaluated since Dr. Polio took office. However, this task force is obviously stacked in a way to come to a preordained conclusion, that is, to split up JCPS. Dr. Polio and anyone who truly understands education governance is excluded from the task force, and that says it all."
I would agree with that assessment. The question I have is, would an action like this, if in fact this went forward and there was serious discussion about breaking the district up, would Dr. Polio choose to do something different?
This task force would include 1 teacher from JCPS. The other members would be lawmakers, someone from the auditor's office, someone from the mayor's office, and appointed members who live here in Louisville. I'm Alex Dieterer, WHAS 1119, on your side.
Alex, thank you very much. In our request for a statement, JCPS pointed to 6 audits and reviews that they've undergone since 2017. That includes a 2017 Kentucky Department of Education audit, which identified 276 items that needed to be corrected. Those items were fixed by the year 2020.